we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Hey guys, welcome back. So, after 12 years of owning restaurants, I decided to throw in the towel and become a corporate chef. Now, I know a lot of people start out as chefs and then own their restaurants, and I did that. But the last couple of years have been brutal, especially with COVID and with the rising costs of prices of product and labor costs. And I mean, the list goes on. And I'm sure a lot of you guys know that you're going through the same thing. But it took its toll mentally and physically, and it's just time to move on. You know, it's not a sad day. It's just, you know, it's another chapter in my life. And I'm actually kind of excited about it. I met a lot of good people along the way, some great customers, some people that I consider to be friends and hopefully will the rest of my life. I met some really crappy people, but you know, it is what it is. But you know, on that note, I'm going to take this opportunity and I'm going to take a quick trip up to the Northwoods before I start the job. So I'm heading up to Marinette County, which is considered the waterfall capital of Wisconsin. It's about 90 miles north of Green Bay. I've never been there, but I hear it's beautiful. There's waterfalls everywhere. There's a lot of pinewood forests, a lot of things to see up there, a lot of great trails. And I did bring the kayak, so hopefully it doesn't rain. Currently I'm batting 0. Every time I've gone this season it's rained, but at least it's not going to be cold. It's supposed to be in the 80s, and they're calling for a little bit of rain today. Right now it's a little overcast, but I hope we can just kind of get through that, and tomorrow's supposed to be sunny. So cross your fingers, and I will see you when we get there.
Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
I decided to make a quick stop here. I'm at a place called Dave's Falls. Some friends of mine, they have their own channel called Our Endless Trail, which you haven't checked out. Check it out, they're awesome. They told me about this place. I think it's like 15 miles from where I'm heading to anyway, so I figured I'd give it a shot. And I'm gonna try this new bug spray. I made this bug spray at home, and it's got cumin seed oil, orange peel, some rosemary, and some thyme that I grew in my backyard, as well as apple cider vinegar. So I'm gonna try it out, and it smells like crap. And I don't see how that's gonna deter the bugs. It might deter humans, but I'll give you the breakdown of that later on. So wish me luck. So the bug spray, no, didn't work. Thumbs down. I don't recommend it. I actually got bit by something. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, yeah, it didn't work. So if I decide to open up a company to sell bug repellents, don't invest in me, because apparently I suck at this. But I did bring some cutter, so we should be good the rest of the trip. Lesson learned. All right, so we're about a mile from 12-foot falls, and the roads have all turned to gravel, so we are kind of out in the middle of nowhere, which is awesome. Here, I'll show you guys a picture. Yeah, I mean, the first thing I notice is how heavily wooded this area is, and I'm hoping it stays that way in the campground. I mean, like I've mentioned before in some of my other videos, I enjoy being out in nature alone, don't get me wrong, but not next to a trailer with 3 screaming kids and a barking dog. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do love kids and dogs, and I'd rather listen to birds and squirrels rustling about. And bears. I just, you know, if a bear's gonna join me for dinner, I kind of want to hear him coming. You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of important. All right, so driving down this gravel road, there's a lot of fallen trees, and there's a lot of birch, so I'm gonna grab some of this stuff. This will be perfect for building a fire later on. This stuff burns awesome. So there's literally nobody out here. I mean, 0 people. I mean, there's only 11 campsites, I think, out here. And when I was pulling in, I only saw reservation cards on 2 of them, and they're not supposed to be here till tomorrow. So it looks like I had this place to myself tonight, which is cool, but I just, you know, want to get my surroundings around here. Before I start unpacking, I wanted to show you guys a couple things, how I pack. I try to keep organized, because the last thing you want to do when you're out in the woods is be fumbling for things and looking for things. So the yellow container is where I keep all like my burners, my plates, pans, coffee, all my cooking kitchen stuff. And then the red one, that's where I keep all like my, basically your duct tape and your knives and things like that, all the things you need for camping. And then the clear one is what I use for all my electronics. And then up front, I have my cooler, which is, you know, easy accessible. When I'm driving, I can grab something to drink or something quick to eat, which makes it very easy. And, you know, the last thing you want to do too, you know, I try to keep consistent, because the last thing you want to do is get out in the woods and realize that you forgot something, whether it be, you know, a flashlight or, you know, your batteries or whatever, you know, bug spray, and have to drive 30 miles to nearest Walmart's. And out here, I don't think there's a Walmart within 30 miles. I don't think there's anything out here within 30 miles. This is definitely out there. So I'm crossing my fingers that I brought everything, and we're gonna find out real soon. So these look like they're gonna be raspberries. They probably got about a month or so. But I heard there are some wild blueberries out here, so we'll keep an eye out for those. So this forest floor is covered in tree roots. I feel like I'm in the upside down world, and they're just gonna like grab my legs and suffocate me. I guess I shouldn't have been watching Stranger Things before I came out here. Stupid me. Jesus. That is one big tree that fell over. That must have been a huge wind. Holy crap. It's not too far from my tent site. So. Although that would have been a good place to camp right there. Blocked from the wind, shielded from the wind. Nice soft floor. Maybe next time. So I am starving. It's been a long day and I really didn't eat much. So tonight I'm gonna make a big dinner. I'm gonna mix old school with new school on this dish. I'm making a ribeye with lion's mane mushrooms, asparagus, and a pan sauce. If you've never tried lion's mane mushrooms, you don't know what you're missing. They're large, they're white, they're shaggy. They kind of resemble a lion's mane as they grow. Their extracts are often used for over-the-counter health supplements. Many people describe it kind of like a mix of like a seafood-like, comparing it to like crab or lobster. And some of the health benefits of it too, protects you against dementia, which a lot of my family and friends think I have for coming out here alone. It helps relieve anxiety and depression, and you won't be popping shrooms like you do pills, and they're not addicting. And lastly, it reduces the risk of heart disease, and which most of you know, this channel is called The Camper's Heart, so it might be a little awkward to have another heart attack while I'm out here. So I'd say lion's mane is definitely a winner in my book. So I wanted to take a quick second and talk about lighting. It gets pretty dark up here in the middle of nowhere, so having good night lights is important. First of all, these Dollar General lights. I showed you these in an earlier episode. These things are awesome. I got them, like I said, from the Dollar General. They were actually, I think, $1.25. and I've had them since the beginning of the season, and they work great. I just stick them around the tent, and the ends of them, you can see where you pull that out, and it acts as a stake. You just push that in there and stick it right in the ground. Very cool. Then, don't laugh, but I got this really cool nightlight. It's from Meyer, and I paid $7 for it. And it's got a magnet on the back, so when you're inside your tent, you just put on your pole and flip it like a light switch. Pretty awesome. I'll leave the link down below as well. And then I have a Coleman Lantern LED. This thing takes 4 D-size batteries, but so far I haven't had to change it this season, even when I accidentally left it on all night. It's so much easier than having to carry a can of kerosene and worrying about stocking extra mantles and burning down the woods. So yeah, this thing's like I said, $17 on Amazon. Can't beat it. It's got, you know, you got a low setting and you got a high setting, and you've got a little hook on top too, so if you're ever wanting to hang it from the top of your tent, you can. So everybody is always asking me, why do you come out here in the middle of the woods by yourself? Well, this is why. I mean, it is absolutely beautiful. It's so relaxing. There's no noise, there's no hustle, there's no bustle. All you hear is a little bit of the waterfall in the background, some birds chirping. This is what it's all about. Everybody's got their way to chill out and relax. This is mine. I'm looking forward to seeing the sky tonight. It's blue sky, and there's no lights around, so I'm guessing it's gonna be filled with a million stars. Good morning. It's about 5:30, 5:40 in the morning. I didn't sleep as good as I thought I was going to. Thought I was going to sleep like a baby, and it was kind of the opposite. It's funny how when you're home, you get used to those white noises, the sounds of the fridge humming, or the sink dripping, or, you know, distant sounds of a plane or a car. But out here, there's nothing, zero, nada, zilch. I mean, it's as quiet as can be. Not even the birds are singing at night. So it's kind of eerily quiet. You know, a lot of places that I've camped this summer have been pretty quiet, pretty remote, but nothing like this. This one takes the cake. It takes a little getting used to. I thought I was used to it, and it's okay, but definitely need another night or so out here to feel a little more comfortable. But anyways, so we're gonna get an early start today, and I am gonna go on a hunt for ice. Yesterday I drove around, drove about 10 miles or so, but my GPS wasn't really working well, and I couldn't find anything out here except dirt roads. So I'm gonna see what I can find today, and hopefully fill up the Jeep with some gas. And then I'm gonna come back, make some breakfast, and then hit the waterfalls and do a little bit more exploring. It's supposed to be a beautiful day today, and I got a feeling that there will be some people out here today, so I want to take advantage of this early morning. And so I'm glad I got an early start, and like, got my favorite coffee, so life is good. All right, I wanted to show you some of the dispersed campsites this morning, but it was raining and I was slightly lost, and I was low on gas. But now I got one of these handy dandy ATV snowmobile maps, so it's more intricate. It shows all the detailed roads and more of the dispersed campsites. So we're gonna head out now and check some out. And Hopefully this time I don't get lost. Well, we're gonna save this road for another day. There's a lot of hills and it just rained, and it's I got it in 4-wheel drive, and it's little slick getting up these hills, and there's more than I can see. So let's go find another one. All right, been driving down this road for about 3 miles. Found a little spot here. Not sure where it goes, but let's find out. Doesn't look like anybody's been back here for a while. Kind of hoping there's a place I can turn around. More hills. I don't know if we're gonna chance this one. There are a ton of these state forest roads, and this is the one that a path that I was gonna try to take, but there's a lot of hills, and again, with all the rain, I'm not about to chance it. If I get stuck out of here, I'll never find my way back. So hopefully another time we can come out here and try some of these spots. Moderate or extreme? We're gonna go with the extreme. Not really Utah or Colorado. I'm not expecting too much here. Let's see what it's all about. Seriously? That was not extreme. That was extremely easy, but I guess it was more scenic, so. So it did end up raining this morning, and I think that scared a lot of people away, which is fine with me. There's still nobody here, which I'm kind of surprised about because it's about 10:30 in the morning. But it gave me a chance to do a little hiking and exploring. And it's kind of crazy because everybody comes here to see the waterfalls, but if you go down the creek, there's just tons of little spots where you can hang out with you or your family and just in solitude and wade in the water. It's pretty cool. So if you do come out to 12-foot falls, and 18-foot falls are the same way. There's a lot of other spots along the trail, so check those out. And actually somebody is pulling in right now. Damn. Oh well, it was good while it lasted. Definitely recommend wearing good shoes. A lot of rocks in here. I wanted to give you a quick tour of the campsites. There's actually two sets. The first one's 1 through 7, and then the other one is 8 through 12. And I am staying in the campsite number 9. The odd numbers you can reserve. The even numbers are first come, first get. So the first one is right here. This is Campground 8. It's a pretty big spot, but you know, there's a lot of clearing here, and it's pretty close to the parking lot and the falls. So if you're looking for something that's really convenient, this might be it, especially if you're with your family. Then we got number 9, which is my humble abode for the next couple days, which is a pretty good spot. It's more tree lined. Nice place to put your tent in the corner there. Nice pull in, quite a bit of room. The only downfall is that there is a campsite right next door, number 10, which nobody is at, thank God, because it's literally right next door. So if you're with some friends, that's perfect. The next spot we got here is campsite 11. Campsite 11 is not too bad. It's at the end of a cul-de-sac, and actually there are a couple trails back there that lead to the waterfalls, and that goes for 9, 10, and 11. All 3 of them have trails that go back to the waterfalls. All of them have fire pits as well. And then lastly, we have Campground 12, which is not bad. You know what though? I don't see if, oh, there it is. There is a fire pit. This one's not too bad. This one's more covered by woods. And this one also is at the end of the cul-de-sac. So if you're looking for privacy, this is definitely the spot. There are a lot of forest roads where you can do some dispersed camping. Actually, this morning I was driving down some of them, and you are like in the middle of nowhere. So if you want some quiet time and some alone time, this is definitely a place I recommend. So I was gonna show you campgrounds 1 through 7, but somebody's actually camping in there now. And I don't really want to go driving through there or walking through there, because there really isn't anybody out here, and I don't want them thinking I'm some creepy stalker. So the one thing about 1 through 7, it's more heavily wooded and it's farther away from the waterfalls. So if you're looking for something more convenient to the waterfalls, I would recommend 8 through 12. And if you're looking for something more densely wooded, I would go through 1 through 7. Hey guys, so it's time to hit the road. I gotta say that this place is probably the most amazing camping grounds that I've been to this summer. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful, and it's remote, and there's not a lot of people out here. It's what I look for when I go camping. I learned a few things. I learned that I suck at making bug spray, and I also learned that I get lost very easily without GPS. So if you're planning on coming up here, I would highly recommend that you have some type of map or a compass, because there's a million trails out here, and there's a million dirt roads, and they all look the same, and it's very easy to get lost up here, and you don't want to do that because it's a very big place. So 12-foot falls, thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. I highly recommend this place. I'm going to be back here, like I said. In the meantime, hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys on our next adventure.